When you see a melting clock, do you automatically think, what were these people on? Would you be surprised if I told you that they were all just love drunk on the new psychiatric movement? What is surrealism? Surrealism was founded in 1924, and it wasn't just about recreating your dreamscapes. It was really about trying to get to the center of what is human, what is in our subconscious mind, and bringing it out to show the world. But to do that, we needed to forgo reason and find a way to edit out what was deeply ingrained in us and what we thought was the core of humanity. Last week, we explored they rejected the idea of institutions tearing down what the public thought as their safety net, but had learned that really they weren't. And what surrealism really wanted to do was the same thing, but within the human mind. Now that we have taken down the structures that live outside of us, how can we get to the structures inside of us and ultimately change those? Surrealism asked what the next question was, which was, if logic is off the table, then what is actually underneath it? So what were the 5 unmistakable hallmarks of the surrealist movement? The first hallmark would be something that you're all probably familiar with, these dreamlike landscapes that are painted or photographed with extreme precision. Some of them were bended, some objects put together that would never make sense. While not entirely unrealistic, there was definitely a dreamlike quality to this type of scenery. They also took ordinary objects and tried to make them surreal. So the one that still makes me gag almost every time I see it is that fur-lined teacup. But there's also things that would be more familiar as well, like Magritte's painting, This Is Not a Pipe. The third hallmark, I would say, would be the automatic writing or automatic drawing trend. This aimed to get at the subconscious, to take your reason and your logic apart from what you're currently thinking to find out what's going on inside your head. It tries to force you into a hallucinogenic or a trance-like state to get at what the core of you is. The fourth one kind of touches on the dreamlike quality, but this is familiar objects in space that become impossible. Our melting clocks, our floating objects, liquefied or disjointed bodies, elephants and animals with really long legs or long faces, and landscapes that seem to go on forever past the frame, that seem to look into the subconscious or a completely different world. And the last hallmark is that it was entirely influenced by psychology. This movement wouldn't have had legs without the science behind it. Later this week, I'll be covering where it came from, including the Freudian connection, the 3 people I think built it, as well as the techniques that came out of the movement and where we see it today.